A warm welcome to your Barbados Today Evening News Update for Monday, October 19. Students and teachers at the Ellerslie School resumed face-to-face instruction at the Blackrock Institution today. And according to Acting Principal Dr. Wendy Lewis, there were no hiccups. The school was closed earlier this month after 2 students connected to a cluster of COVID-19 cases tested positive for the viral illness.
The children are all settled. They have returned to class and they will be following the protocols, and so it will be business as usual at school.
Acting Deputy Principal Ronald Leacock assured that the safety of all students and staff is top priority. He added that the facility was thoroughly cleaned and this will be maintained.
We would have had industrial cleaning since last week. Started on Tuesday and it was completed on Saturday. And the ministry personnel and so on would have done their walkthrough on Saturday evening. So at the moment we're quite all right in terms of cleaning. Our janitorial staff will continue that process all during the day.
Parents and students affected by the ongoing Caribbean Examination Council saga have given the Mayor Motley administration the thumbs up for taking the decision to foot the bill for students demanding a review of questionable grades. But lead committee spokesperson for the group of concerned parents of Barbados, Paula Ann Moore, maintains that CXC should have waived the entire fee. She notes that hundreds of students outside of the country stand to be severely affected, and she's hoping they too will receive help from their respective governments.
We are very thrilled with the acknowledgement by our Prime Minister demonstrating her regional leadership as she acknowledged that the children have been treated suboptimally, and she has demonstrated her regional leadership in indicating that the Ministry of Education will cover those grade review costs. We have indicated that we reject in principle that CXC, even with a reduced fee, would still be advocating that there be any reduced fee, in view of the fact that clearly the grades need to be reviewed because of systemic challenges, which we still maintain CXC is a part of. So while we welcome Ms. Motley's leadership, we trust that the other ministers of education throughout the region also come with a united policy.
At a press conference yesterday, CXC, which has been under fire for widespread complaints about this year's CSEC and CAPE results, slashed review fees in half and promised to conduct reviews within a week. It also assures students their grades will not be reduced. On Tuesday, the full report prepared by an independent panel that reviewed the administration of this year's exams will be released. On the campaign trail, the Democratic Labour Party candidate signals he's ready to face off with his political rivals in debates ahead of the upcoming November 11 by-election. But Floyd Reefer wants to debate in the constituency, which he says has been badly neglected by the Barbados Labour Party.
They want debates. You know I can tell them about these debates. Bring the microphone. Bring the podium. Let me go down by Lower State Dam and hear that stench. Let me debate down there. Let me go up by the overgrown bush and cottage. And let me debate. Let me go up by superlative, by the pit toilets. Let me debate to the people over there why they still have pit toilets. Let me go. I'm ready.
On the BLP platform, Tony Moore signals she wants to transform St. George North. She highlighted several areas of concern, telling her party there's much work to be done and it must deliver.
And I'm challenging this, putting this challenge out to the government of the day. In the 21st century, we can't be speaking about enfranchisement when our people are lacking some of the most basic things that they need. This COVID-19 response, and then this is what I'm saying, words yes, works more, people need to see. And they need to see it not in a flip-flop way where you're coming and giving people little handouts that then last them today, but not much beyond today. Women in this community need to feel empowered. And it is not good enough for our females or single parents to be at home worrying about food for their children and not being able to provide because they can't have a job. And a COVID-19 response is required that is not just a public policy that will take care of people's needs today. We must be taking care more fully of the needs of our people.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
To regional happenings, Guyana's opposition of Partnership for National Unity is not happy with government's management of the COVID-19 pandemic and is offering to help. More in this report from Newsroom Guyana.
So far, over 3,700 persons have been infected by the coronavirus disease in Guyana, which also claimed the lives of 113 persons. On Monday, Opposition leader Joseph Harmon blasted the People's Progressive Party government for failing to contain the spread of the disease while holding large gatherings.
The AP and UFC coalition remains deeply concerned about the COVID-19 situation in Guyana, and it is worsening daily. It seems to have spiraled out of control and out of the competence of the Minister of Health and his battery of advisors, former ministers and former MPs, a whole party group in the Ministry of Health. They seem to be without a clear plan in controlling the spread of this pandemic.
With the airports now open to commercial flights, Harmon said there should be better arrangements for persons to quarantine on arrival. The opposition leader said his party has always been open to working with the government.
Further afield, the number of confirmed coronavirus cases worldwide passed 40 million on Monday, as fresh measures to combat the spread of the virus came into effect in several European countries. Belgium today imposed new measures to curb the spread of the virus, as officials warned the country was fast losing control of the situation. We get the details from Euronews.
Belgium is preparing for a difficult month ahead as the country braces for what the health minister called a tsunami of cases.
The figures that we see today are significantly higher than the ones that we saw back in March and April, when we took very restrictive measures.
The country has so far registered over 220,000 cases, a figure that has doubled in the past month. The number of people admitted to Belgian hospitals is currently doubling every week, prompting the government to act. People can now only meet with one person outside of their household, and a month-long curfew between midnight and 5 a.m. has been introduced, which sees bars and restaurants totally shut down. Slovenia has also announced an overnight curfew. On Monday, Ljubljana declared a 30-day state of emergency as it recorded a test positivity rate of over 20%. As part of the new restrictions, gathering limits will be brought down from 10 to 6. That announcement also introduced in Austria. People are limited to groups of 6 indoors and 12 outdoors, and the restriction applies to pretty much every environment, aside from people's houses.
That's news. But for the very latest, visit us at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media in bus terminals, as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. And you can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM.